All right, guys, and welcome to the Legacy Day podcast. I'm your host, Blake Hawkins, and this is a podcast for change agents out there in the world. I'm talking about my entrepreneurs, my business owners, my activists, the people out in the world that are creating, positive social change, leadership, transformational leaders. If you're a driven change agent, this podcast is for you, and this is Legacy Day. Okay. Why did I call this podcast Legacy Day? Because this podcast, I want you to have the framework and the mindset of how can I create my legacy today? Oftentimes we think of legacy as something long, 300 years down from the road, right? From where we are today. We can literally create a legacy today. You can create a legacy today. You can literally impact your generations of family and friends and your ancestors today. And thank you for tuning in. This is Legacy Day with Blake Hawkins. Let's jump right into this. Quick episode. I want to talk about long-term impact. And this kind of just ties into what I was just talking about. Is oftentimes we get sucked into just the minutia, the day-to-day grind, the day-to-day hassle, the day-to-day hustle. And we're just trying to make it to the next week, or we're trying to make it to the next quarter. And it's understandable that these things happen, but what would happen if we literally go into our day with a mindset of, I'm creating my legacy today. Literally what I do today matters. What I do today has an impact, not just on myself and my family, but my team members, my employees, my business partners, my friends, my social network, my community, my church. Like I literally am impacting people today. With that frame, with that mindset, with that perspective, how would you go into your day? How would you create your action plan? How would you create your to-do list? Would your to-do list be filled with a bunch of busy work? Or would your to-do list at least have one, or maybe even two, maybe even three actions that tie into creating your long-term legacy? I think oftentimes we hold ourselves back and we drag time out. We literally just take something that can happen right now and we drag it out over decades for no reason. If we walk into our day with the perspective of today's a legacy day, today is the day I create legacy, today is a day that I'm going to make an impact in my generations and my family, then with that frame and that perspective, I'm opening up my mind and my heart to opportunities, to see opportunities to take action on some things that can literally transform my life, transform my business, transform my team members, transform my family. Oftentimes, legacy comes through strategic and powerful partnerships and friends and associates. Oftentimes, it's not really about the what or the how, it's about the who. Getting connected with the right people. Who is one person tomorrow that you can connect with? Maybe you don't know the person specifically. What kind of person do you need to meet tomorrow that's going to take you to your next level? That's going to take you to the promised land? Who's going to play a different role in your life to allow you to be able to step up more fully into who you are, who God made you to be? What if we stopped playing small? What if we started thinking literally like this mundane Wednesday, this boring old day? What if today I can literally create something long lasting? I can create a relationship. I can have an idea in my business that's going to transform my business, that's going to 10x my business. We have to do the tactical day to day. We have to execute. We have to pay the bills. We have to administrate. We have to be administrative. We have to execute on operations. But what if we just took one action a day, two actions a day that were just needle moving legacy actions? What if tomorrow you create your to-do list and you had your 5 or 6 to-do items, but you had 2 legacy actions? I'm talking about these actions are big. These are big actions. Reaching beyond your current capability, reaching out to someone who's well beyond where you are or where you even can fathom being. putting yourself out there and doing something that's going to stretch you and stretch your soul and your spirit into your next level. What if you gave yourself an opportunity to have a legacy day? Call it 3 days a week. You don't have to do it every day. 3 legacy days a week is equivalent to a year. It could be a year worth of some people's lives in 1 week. What if you had 3 legacy days every week? And every day on that legacy day, you had 2 actions that were huge, powerful. That you were doing stuff that just went beyond your capability. You thought outside the box. You were like, you know what? It don't even have to be nothing crazy sometimes. Sometimes it could just be, I'm in a sales job. How can I 10x my sales productivity without making more dials? But what can I do? Who can I reach out to? How can I transform my role to take myself to the next level? If you're a business owner, you're an entrepreneur, you're a leader, how can you transform your organization and take it to the next level? What can you do today? Who can you connect with? What can you optimize in your business? What can you transform? What can you change in a positive way? I believe in positive transformation. Everything is constantly changing and evolving. We're either directing that energy into positive expansion or we're going into entropy. And we're literally just withering away. It's just the way it is, man. Legacy Day. This is a short podcast, a short episode. But I think the big action item that we can take from this is something I just started implementing recently because, I'm really just talking to myself. And if you can get value from this, man, God bless you. I'm excited. But recently I realized I got to stop looking at my days as just some mundane day, a day to just try to get through the day and get through the administrative task and, or try to do a sale and try to close a deal or whatever it may be. I'm going into my days now. What is the legacy action? What can I do today to literally create an impact in my life 20, 30 years from now? You'd be surprised that sometimes things seem small, but they can have huge impact. That's a legacy action. You have your daily operational action, which is just important, but it doesn't move the needle. You have your productive action, which moves the needle, gets you some new sales, grows your revenue, increases your team productivity. But then you have your legacy action. These are actions that literally will create ripples in your lifetime for generations to come, whether you realize it now or not. These are actions that will literally change your family trajectory. It will change your business future. It will change your team members and employees' future for the best. It will change your family's future for the best. These are legacy actions. I challenge you to think of 10 to 15 actions right now that are legacy actions that you can start implementing just one a day, 3 days a week, not every day, 3 days a week. Do one legacy action a day. Execute those 15 and find another 15. What would happen? You would see insane positive momentum and transformation. You're going to be a little nervous and you're probably going to have some moments of anxiety, but it just means you're alive. I'm Blake Hawkins. This is Legacy Day. Go out there, be a positive, driven change agent, and let's dominate.